Hello everyone and welcome back. I'm Duke Silver and today we are playing Brotato. Now the run I want to showcase today is going to be a Danger 5 run, of course. And this is going to be with the Lucky character. So Lucky is, I think, the easiest Danger 5 clear you can do. The first time I tried to record this, my OBS messed up and was stuck on the start screen for the entirety of my recording. So yeah, I wasn't able to get that footage, so I had to get another Danger 5 run, and yeah, I went 2 for 2 with this character and weapon combination. So yeah, I would say it's pretty consistent. So yeah, we're gonna be with Lucky. Lucky character starts with 100 luck. Luck modifications are increased by 25%, and you start with the ability 75% chance to deal 18, which is 15% of your luck. Damage to a random enemy whenever you pick up a material. So yeah, like the 3 and 4 chance every time you pick up a material, that's gonna go off very, very often. And dealing 18 immediately is a ton of damage already, just like at the start of the run. So you get 60% less attack speed. So obviously attacking with weapons isn't all that great, which is another thing we're gonna kind of abuse here. And you get minus 50% experience gain. So you're not gaining levels as fast, but the quality of items you're seeing are going to be way more than average because of your extra 100 luck, and of course the extra luck you get from taking luck modifications. And you get rewarded for damage by taking luck, because obviously this ability scales with luck, and there's a couple other items that scale with luck that do more damage as you increase your luck. So yeah, okay. And as far as this attack speed thing goes, so we're going to take a weapon that doesn't really require you to attack, which is going to be the screwdriver. So the screwdriver, when it spawns a mine every, or a landmine spawns every 12 seconds that deals 10, which is scales with your engineering stat. So we're going to be leaning into engineering here in this run, and yeah, we're going to see a lot of things around the map just kind of randomly exploding because of mines and because of this ability. But yeah, let's just get into it. Of course, we're gonna go with Danger 5, and here we go. So yeah, I mean, we're gonna have to get the chain going, but yeah, we're gonna see the hero power like really do work, even like especially right in the beginning of the game. You see every time I pick up a material, an enemy just randomly pops, and that leaves behind another material. So basically, like, it just kind of creates its own chain reaction. Also, we picked up a baby elephant there. Normally I don't buy anything but weapons in the first few waves, but baby elephant is so like integral and important to this build, because it's basically the same thing as your character power or hero power or whatever you want to call it, but it's like a lesser version. So like there's a less chance of it going off, but it also does scale with luck. So increasing our luck is going to not only increase the quality of our items, it's also going to increase our damage with both our hero power and this baby elephant. And also we're going to be taking screwdrivers as well as wrenches. We're just going to be leaning into engineering in general, having mines and turrets everywhere, and in addition to just like random damage going out every time we get a material is gonna make it so basically like we're just going to leave fields of materials all around, and our only job is to run around and collect the materials, and all our items are just going to kind of do the work for us. We might have to like kind of get the chain going in the beginning, as you can see. If nothing's dead, then we can't pick up materials, but also these turrets are gonna help us kind of get the ball rolling. We're very squishy still, so we do got to be very careful. But yeah, once things start popping, then as you can see, just collecting materials is enough to kind of keep the field clear. We're gonna lock that turret. Again, we're doing just clearing the field, or keeping the field clear, just almost 100% of the time. I mean, obviously it's gonna get a little bit harder in the next few waves. Specifically, wave 8 and 9 are gonna be really tough because you do get swarmed, and wave 8 has a lot of very big enemies, and wave 9 is the horde wave. So there's gonna be so many small enemies that Them getting picked off at random isn't necessarily going to be like the most efficient way to deal with them. We're going to go with armor there. We definitely want to build survivability. Unfortunately, we can just ignore like melee range damage and like things like attack speed. Things that care about you attacking, we can just completely ignore, which is nice. We are going to be stacking percentage damage. I'm pretty sure it increases the amount of damage we do with our luck-based attacks. I mean, it says it just gives you extra percentage damage for attacks, so I'm assuming they count as attacks. But also, like, we're going to be taking every luck item we see. And yeah, again, our luck items are going to be more potent. We're going to get 25% extra for whatever we take. And there's an Alien Eyes, which we don't have a ton of HP, but I figure we should take it anyways, because we've already got a bunch of different sources of damage, just dealing random damage throughout the level or map or whatever you want to call it. And yeah, Alien Eyes just kind of adds another source. All right, and there's a metal detector, which we are going to lock. Also, there's this the cute monkey is going to be very, very good. It's going to give there's a percentage chance whenever a material drops that it's going to get attracted to us, which is absolutely fantastic for us. Obviously, because then we don't have to go and chase the material, right? So having it come to us is going to be very beneficial. And sorry, the metal detector again is a very, very good item for us. It's not only going to give us a 5% extra chance to double the value of a material when we pick it up, which is just extra econ. It's going to give us engineering as well as luck. So it's basically everything we want, all in one package. It's between dodge and luck there, but we're going to go with luck. We're just going to stack it up as much as possible. And we're going to lock a wandering bot there, which is going to slow enemies around us a little bit, which is going to give us just that little extra space that we need to kind of get clear of hordes of enemies, as well as yeah, allow us to move around the map a little bit more freely. As you can see, we're just kind of bobbing and weaving and dodging in and out of enemies, just picking up materials and letting everything else do the work for us. Yeah, this is I think this is like my favorite build, and again, I think it's a super easy Danger 5 clear if you're looking for a way to clear Danger 5, or just want like a nice easy one, and that's fun to play. Again, I'm 2 for 2 with this so far. We're gonna lock the compass there, which is gonna give us some extra engineering. Alright, and here's that horde wave. So again, we're getting kind of swarmed. The fact that we're going to have a hard time kind of getting into the middle because of the volume of enemies, and like having a hard time picking up materials, which starts the chain to deal damage to everyone. But we do manage to find our way in there, and as you can see, as soon as we get into the middle, we start popping enemies all over the place. But I mean, it's a little bit sketchy there. So this is going to give enemy move speed, but it's going to give us 15 extra max HP, which is very good. All right, and we pick up a cyber ball. Now, cyber ball is another really important piece because basically it's the same as baby elephant, but instead of triggering when you get a material, it triggers whenever an enemy dies. So it kind of creates, I guess, another sort of link in the chain reaction there. We pick up the material, an enemy dies, it triggers a cyber ball, which leaves a material for us to go pick up, and then the chain begins anew. And yeah, you can tell just like compared to other Danger 5 runs how kind of like sparse the map is with enemies, and how there's just like materials all over the ground. Even like enemies are dying off screen, so every time we kind of like move around on the map, then there's still materials down, or still materials on the ground whenever we go to whichever side. We don't want to lose any luck there. We do take some explosion damage, and a second wandering bot is going to be great. Also a second metal detector. Again, it's an incredible item for us, so we will take as many of those as we can get. Speaking of which, we lock another one. All right, now we get an elite wave. On wave 11 is pretty hard to deal with, especially since this is a wave that has a ton of bulky enemies with these mummy enemies. Unfortunately, this elite is probably the easiest one, I think. The fact that you know that it's just going to be charging and leaving a very predictable wave of projectiles in its wake makes it pretty easy to plan your movement for. So we're not going to be able to kill any elites or bosses in this run. That's definitely not what this build does. This build is all about clearing the map and keeping it clear, which it does a very, very good job of. Also, with our high luck stat, you can see we're getting a lot of crates, which translates to a lot of economy. So it's a really good idea to pick up a recycling machine if you see one. We picked one up super early, which has been really helpful, because that's just going to give us a bunch of extra gold every time we pass on an item or recycle a weapon. But we're not going to be recycling weapons too often, but still. And doing a great job of just keeping the map clear. The Cyberball, Baby Elephant, and Hero Power all doing a great job in conjunction. Not to mention turrets. You can see there was a treasure goblin around, but it has randomly died from random instances of damage. And yeah, we're getting a lot of econ from the fact that we're just spending time picking up materials means we're picking up a lot of them and making use of them. And there's another benefit of our luck stack. We get another we get a legendary or level 4 screwdriver, which is gonna create an extra powerful mine. I think it creates mines at a shorter interval is what the upgrades do for screwdrivers. The wrench upgrades create higher level turrets. Like the first level is just a regular turret, and then it goes to incendiary turret, and then a laser turret, and then an explosive turret at level 4 for the red wrench. All right, we get kind of hemmed in the corner there, but we managed to break free. And again, we just need to get to the middle. Again, all these enemies dying, and our high luck stat means we're gonna pick up extra health consumables. So we just need to kind of bob and weave our way through and find our way to those materials and health pickups. Pick up an exoskeleton, that's going to give us some extra defensive stats as well as engineering. And there's a level 4 screwdriver, which we are absolutely going to lock for next turn. And just clearing enemies incredibly efficiently. I know it's a little redundant to keep saying it, but that's just kind of what's happening, so. As you can see, these host enemies are very easy to take down with this kind of build and these sources of damage that we have. The fact that they're all very squishy, and then they pop out 3 relatively squishy enemies, and we don't have to chase them down. We end up taking the heavy bullets, but that's probably a mistake. We probably should have just recycled that. Like, the only thing we care about on there is percentage damage, so. Alright, now we get another elite wave, and this is going to be the one that lays eggs, and this is going to be a little bit tough too, because we're going to want to take out the eggs as much as possible to prevent these giant enemies that have spawned from spawning, which we did a very poor job of. Mostly because we can't really control where our damage is going super well, and yeah, our wrenches and screwdrivers just are not going to get the job done. Alright, we managed to fight our way back to the center, which is going to deal a bunch of damage and pop a bunch of enemies there. And leave a bunch more material, so now we need to find our way back to the center area there. And yeah, again, we're not going to be taking out any elites or bosses. That's not this kind of build. We're just basically it's just like survival mode. There's a glass cannon, and because we've got 2 level 4 wrenches now, Like they're going to be doing explosive damage, which is going to significantly increase our wave clear. We lock another metal detector, of course. Because we have that, we do take the glass cannon, which does reduce our armor, but the fact that we're probably going to have an even easier time avoiding taking damage, I think taking the glass cannon is acceptable here. And again, I'm pretty sure the percentage damage does affect our luck attacks. And just based on how easily these enemies are going down, I think that's true. I think that sort of confirms it. Unfortunately, we have our two explosive turrets both kind of paired up right next to each other in the bottom left, because we can't really hang out around them. We have to be moving around the map collecting our materials, but still, we managed to get through that wave with relatively little issue. Take another compass there. Cloak adds lifesteal and dodge, but we're not interested in lifesteal at all. Let's take some more defensive stats there with the leather vest. All right, now we've got this elite, which is kind of a pain, but because we have such high speed, we can kind of outrun the laser beams that are on the ground. Again, we're not going to be able to kill it, but we just need to evade. But this one's a little bit less predictable, which is like if you just run into a few laser beams, like you just die. So you do got to be very wary of where these beams are on the ground. And yeah, they start to come a lot faster as we get into the third stage of the elite. But we managed to avoid them well enough and clear out the rest of the enemies with our abilities and get out without too much stress. Take some knockback that is applied to our turrets and luck-based attacks, I believe. Or I'm not sure if it applies to your luck-based attacks because they kind of just happen randomly. It's not a projectile or anything, so I guess it wouldn't really know which way to push the enemy. But it definitely applied to turrets. Your turrets take your on-hit effects. The turrets are not affected by your percentage damage, I don't believe. They're purely scaled on your luck stat, or not on your luck stat, your engineering stat. So you do need to invest in engineering if you want to build turrets, of course. Right, again, we're clearing things very, very efficiently. Wave 18 is kind of a notorious horde wave because it has a lot of charging enemies. But yeah, we managed to keep them at bay just by basically killing them as soon as they spawn. We'll take Potato, which is just a big block of stats. And see, there's that heavy bullets. We're definitely not taking that one. That first one was a mistake. I think we're gonna lock this jetpack. It's gonna give us extra speed as well as dodge. And I mean, we want speed. We want to be able to get around the map as fast as possible, just picking up materials. And of course, dodge is a great stat to stack up when we don't want to be hit. You can see us kind of zipping around now. Or, I mean, our speed's already pretty high. I guess we haven't taken it yet, but we're already zipping around, so we're going to be zipping around even more with the jetpack. Kind of gotta dodge some enemies there and do some creative pathing. We got 3 crates already, thanks to our luck stat. Alright, not going to take the baby with the beard. We are going to take the plus 30 luck because it trades off for stats that we do not care about, and it's free. Also worth noting that our luck is over 400 now, so the scaling we're getting done with our luck-based attacks is getting very large. That is a big luck, but we don't care about the elemental damage there, so it just didn't seem worth the investment. Like I said, we probably have enough luck. We only have the couple different things that deal damage from luck, so I figured I wanted to try and find defensive stats instead of just taking a little bit of extra luck there. As again, we're not going to be able to kill any bosses, so stacking up damage just didn't seem appropriate. Otherwise, the I'm not actually, I don't remember what it's called, but it's like a fur helmet or whatever. um, anyways, it didn't seem great. Or I'm sorry, it is very good on this class, um, but yeah, in that spot, that's why we didn't take it. If we'd seen it earlier, we would absolutely be taking that. And yeah, we're seeing so few enemies on the map, but that's because of our ability to clear them. But also, like, there's not as many enemies that spawn during the boss wave. There's less enemies that spawn during the boss wave than there are during elite waves, because elites just kind of get tacked on to the regular wave. But yeah, there we have it. Again, what I think is the easiest Danger 5 clear. I think this build's a ton of fun, just because you're just zipping around, picking up materials, and things are just exploding all around you, and yeah, I find it very satisfying personally, so I definitely wanted to share this one. There's an item that gives you like a 100% material attraction rate. I'm not sure if I featured it in another video yet, but yeah, it's you reduce your speed by a lot, but every single material that drops gets sucked up into you, and yeah, that's a really fantastic item for this build that basically allows you to just deal really consistent damage without having to chase materials around the map. But yeah, so I hope you enjoyed this video. Hope you've been enjoying these Brotato videos. I've been enjoying making them and playing Brotato, and the other autocasters that I've been checking out. If you enjoyed it, please leave a like and subscribe if you haven't already. It really helps the channel, and I really appreciate it. Yeah, I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you tomorrow.